Hey y'all, welcome to Backwoods Crafting with Alicia. I am Alicia. Hi y'all. Let's see if we can get this straightened up. It has, oh heavens, looks like that's fixing to fall. Oh gosh. Okay, today, let me move Joey's guitar out of my way. Joey, we're gonna have to move that, babe. All right, guys. I am tired, so let's get this thing hooked up here. Okay, so I got a little screen door from Brown Eyed Girls Crafting, Miss Lisa Brown. I am an affiliate of hers, and the link to her website is in my About Me section. And so I thought today, since I had to take Mom back to Lufkin today, I thought today would be a good day to do this kit. So I am hoping I do justice, is what I'm hoping. I feel like I'm a little kid opening up Christmas presents. Hey, Miss Beverly. Thank y'all for sprinkling. Hi, Lily and Darlene. Hello. Hey, Penny. Hello, hello. Thank you for fishing out the worms. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So those are the screen door handles. That's what I'm assuming. That's the screen door. Oh, how cute, y'all. I don't think we need that part. Okay, so my screen door will open from this side. So, and I do have screen that I'll have, well, it's chicken wire, it's not screen. I don't have any screen. Thank you for the stars, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, Miss Dixie. So let's take our cashew and I'm about out of this one too. And let's paint it with this cashew. So if you are interested in this little screen door, I don't know if somebody can go over and look for the link. I didn't have time to get the link to put it in the comments, so that you can just click the link and go to it. If you click the link that's in my About Me section, then you can actually look and see everything. It won't be just this. And I make a little money off of what y'all buy. So we got Mom's Omnipod. We got all that hooked up now. And I am sure glad. This was our third trip to Lufkin just to get it hooked up. So I am so glad that we have that taken care of. Now, hi, Vicki and Ivy and Patricia. Thank you so much. Good evening from Ohio. Good evening from Southeast Texas. It is hotter than blazes here. I got in the car to come home, and I mean, it was so hot. Gosh, it was so hot. And you can decorate your screen door however you want to decorate it. I'm doing this one for fall, of course. I love fall. And look, she is adding new stuff to the website just about every day. She is a busy lady. She's constantly looking and wanting to add. And I do have a cow and a chicken on a cutting board that I got from her. I just got that in, and we will be working with that probably next week. Did he really? Hi, Miss Rebecca. It is so stinking hot here. And you would think that it was like 145,000 degrees, but it's actually only in the 90s, but it's just so bad hot. Tomorrow, I will be live at 3 p.m. Tomorrow is Craft Around the Clock. I won't look so hideous tomorrow. I got to get up early in the morning. I have to go do some stuff for Mama tomorrow. She keeps me hopping, y'all. I came home and I hadn't slowed down yet. I got this from Miss Sheila. I got this from Brown Eyed Girls Crafting is where I got it from. And again, she's her link is in the About Me section. And if you'll click on that, you can see this and everything else that she's got. She has a lot of real pretty stuff. And it is a wall hanger. Hey, Sydney. Hey, Miss Jackie. How are y'all? We have had a long day today, Mom and I have. She was ready. I bet you she's sitting outside on her stoop. It was so hot in my car when I sat down in the seat of my car. Oh my gosh, it was like it burnt my legs. It was so hot. But tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Time, I will be live over on Craft Around the Clock. And I don't know exactly what we're going to do just yet. Not yet. These little details, you have to have a smaller brush to do these with. It's harder to get in those little cracks and crevices with the bigger brushes. So it takes a few minutes. Hey, Miss Jennifer, thank you. Oh, thank you. It's my granny shirt. It is a screen door. And of course, I'm going to have to get I'll find my chicken wire to put behind it. But it is a screen door from Brown Eyed Girls Crafting. It's one of her little wood kits. And so today is a wood kit kind of day since we had to go see the specialist. And they're not being too harsh on Mom. They're not making her just absolutely cut her Dr. Peppers and all that out. They just want her to watch her intake, and now she'll have to watch it because she has to, with that Omnipod, it has a monitor that goes with it, and she will have to input all her carbs. So if anything, it's going to help her watch those carbs. And they put processed sugar in everything these days. And so it's hard to get food that doesn't have the processed sugars in it. everything the way it's processed these days is bad for everybody, not just her. Hey, Joni. Let me see if I can find that. I have the link to her page in my bio. And if you click the link in my bio and search for it, when you buy it, I make a little money off of it. But it is just so stinking cute. And of course, like I said, you'll have to get you some screen wire to go behind it. And I should have said we were going to do this part first and then painted the bigger parts. And the screen door that I had on my house before Rita destroyed it, my screen door was white. So I've been debating all day today what color to paint it. And I said, well, I'm going to do cashew. We get the bottom half of it done, then we'll start on the top half. Did y'all have a good weekend? That grandbaby of mine, that's a mess. That little grandson, he's my youngest grandson, and he stayed with us. And Case, he stayed with his Nana and his pops. And that baby, he wasn't letting me do nothing. He is a mama's boy, and I think he was mad because they left him. They went to vacationing and didn't take him with them. They went to Galveston and spent the day in Galveston. And I say, I love Snapchat. And my daughter was over on Snapchat and she had big old alligator tears. And I'm thinking, why is she crying? It's their anniversary. She shouldn't be crying. Why is she crying? And they had stopped. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of you could stop in places and read books and, that kind of place. So they had stopped and that's one of their favorite things to do is to sit and read. Both of them like to read. And so they sat and read, and she had read part of her book, and it made her cry. Bless her heart. I was wanting to get on somebody. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Miss Susan. Hey, Regina. Hello, y'all. I don't read that much. If I read something, it's the Bible. I don't. I'm not a big reader. Big old alligator tears. Now I'll cry over movies. Like there's one show that is called A Walk to Remember. OMG. I bawled like a little bitty baby over that show. Oh, it just killed me when she died. Hurt my feelings. And I watched that long before we found out that I had leukemia. And if I'm not mistaken, the girl that plays that part, I think that girl had leukemia. I hope everybody is doing good today. Hey, you better be careful with that because your case says it'll be here tomorrow. We had to go buy him another phone, y'all. Lord. It went down on the couch. So me and Mama went to Martine's today, and let me tell you, we were standing there to be seated, and there was an older gentleman that was there, and bless his heart, there was some gentlemen that were about my age or maybe younger than me, and I'm assuming that this older gentleman was watching a show on his phone, watching something on his phone, and this dude proceeds to kindly, sir, I was going, could you turn that down? I was like, oh, well, we have a page that is in Jasper. It's called the City of Jasper Department of Pettiness. And yes, I said pettiness. And he happened to be in the restaurant that we ate at today. And he heard those people. And Mama was reading it to me. She said, wasn't that? I said, OMG, I cannot wait to get home so I can comment on that. To tell him we were there and we saw what happened, and that had we known that he was there, we would have sat with him, because we don't care about aggravating people. We don't care. Hello, Annabelle. Hello, hello. Hey, Denise. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. So I told him, I said, had we known you were there, we'd have sat together and had lunch today, and we'd have aggravated those three men, but I'd have aggravated until their skin fell off. Just for being rude to that old man. Wasn't no sense in that. You let me find somebody being rude to mine. See what happens. I had to comment on it. I don't normally comment on stuff like that, but I had to. Especially knowing that I was standing there waiting to be seated and I saw it happen. And I just kind of looked at Mama and went, you got to be kidding me. Thank y'all. Hey, Lori. Thank y'all for sprinkling. Thank you. Thank you. Mama said they better be glad that it wasn't her. Because she'd have probably told them a few choice words. And they probably would have hauled her to the big house. Let me say. Oh, Lord. I'd have been having to call Dr. Sloan's office and tell him, well, we ain't coming today. She done went to the slammer. She's 71. She don't give a crud. She don't care. Syrup goes to $1 a salt. She's something. I'm constantly saying, Mama. And I guess I make it to 70. Somebody aggravates me, I'm probably going to tell them too. I'm just saying. She said, I'd have went to the big house, she said, over that. And if it's my mama, my mama, my girls, my grandbabies, and air 10 of these grandbabies. Joey's mama. I'll throw down for them. That's why I just say, Lord, you know who I am. I'm crazy like that. I've been asking you to build me a ghetto side of heaven. Oh, I used to tell my used to tell them that I get to heaven if the Lord says, Leisha, you've been good, but you ain't been good enough. Here's your toothbrush, and you're cleaning toilets for the rest of your eternity. I would probably say, okay, Lord, just as long as I get to come in. Mm. Could you imagine telling the Lord, I'll clean toilets? Bargaining with God. Well, Lord, and he's going to look at me and say, Leisha, no, you know better. My mama does too. She says exactly what's on her mind. She don't care if it hair lips the Pope. She don't care. And she was like that when I was a kid. If I'd done something I wasn't supposed to do, she didn't care. She didn't care if it hurt my feelings neither. She didn't. It didn't bother her not 1 ounce. Being divorced and having children with someone and having to co-parent, you do a lot of keeping your tongue. I didn't want to sometimes, but you do. And they're grown, and I still sometimes don't want to keep my mouth shut. But I have to. I have to let them, do their thing. They're grown girls now. But I'd throw down in a heartbeat over my kids, my mama, Joey. And I mean any of my kids. Any five. Joey's 3 or mine. And Mallory, she's like her mama. She is outspoken. She'll tell them all off. She don't care either. She's like my mama and me. Oh, Joey, I talked to Miss Denise about the jerky, and she said yes, they loved it. I don't guess he heard me. Okay. Hey, would you put my chicken in the oven and put it on like 250 degrees and let it warm up while I finish this? He's watching Gunsmoke. I hear Festus just talking. Girl, he is seriously building me a ghetto side, so you are more than welcome to come and live with me on the ghetto side of heaven. I think he's doing that just because he knows that he's created some of us that we will scrap and we will throw down. I love Festus too, girl. I love me some Festus. Him and Doc Adams. That's the two fightingest old men I ever seen. All right, we are almost, guys. Almost. Let's see, which ends have I done and I hadn't. Okay, so let's work from this end. So, Had I known that that gentleman was at Martine's, the one that runs that page, oh, we would have sat. I'd have asked my lady, would you set me right over there with him? And we would have had us a large time aggravating the snot out of those people. I didn't see this, y'all. Hang on. I get to talking and visiting, and I might miss a step or so. And my eye keeps sticking. My eyelid. Like it's got candy or something on it. And look, Miss Lisa's gonna start putting kits out for Christmas as well. I think she's got some that's got poinsettias. And I'm trying to think of everything. She's got a lot of new stuff. And these look, let me tell you, if you have a crafty daughter or a crafty daughter-in-law, these are easy Christmas gifts as well, guys. Even if you wanted to buy one and do one for somebody for Christmas, they make great gifts. Now, like, I would like to get an extra kit, like buy Aerith one, her and the boys, because the Nora Jane's not big enough to do it yet, but her and the boys would be old enough to do like one of the little simple cow kits, or one of the little watermelon kits like I done. That would be easy for them to sit down and paint, gather up outside or something, and have a good time with their granny. So that would be something that you could do for Christmas. Hey, Miss Connie, I am good. No, look, let me tell you. I didn't say crappy. No, not a crappy sister. No. Crafty. Oh, heavens. That's too funny, y'all. That is way too funny. Huh? No, I didn't bring you a praline. I will share it with you, but it's not all yours. No, it's not. Try to take my praline. What's wrong with him? Hey, Penny. Look, I had a blast making my little Howling Cow kit, so I don't know who all was watching when I made it, but it was fun. And then it was even funnier when somebody asked me what that little devil thing behind me was. I was like, no, what devil thing? and it does. It's crazy. Oh, thank you, Joni. I appreciate that, girl. Miss Joni, you want to be my go-to lady so that when we do wood kits and stuff, you can go over on Lisa's page and get my links for me and do that. Miss Dana, she does it for Penny. I need me a go-to lady that'll do it for me too. And I do want to sand this a little bit. And then do I have my dirt out? I do have my dirt. And we are going to take our Dixie Belle dirt and we're going to dirty up the corners and right across the bottom of it. You know how screen doors, after years and years, they get dirty and all filthy looking. Awesome. Hey, Tammy. That's okay, Mama. Oh, look, I forgot to do the top of that. Hot dog. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mama, what did you forget about Joey? Oh, Joey, Mama says she'll buy you two next time. I need to get the recipe and start making some myself. That's my favorite candy over the holidays. And the holidays is the only time the girls really let the kids have candy and stuff. Do you remember when you was a kid and you would get your stocking? We give them whatever they want when they come here. But do you remember when you was a kid and you were getting your stocking, you was like, oh yeah. And you get into that stocking and it's got fruit in it. No candy, but it's got fruit. No. Don't give me fruit. Hey, Miss Mary Beth, thank you. I'm glad y'all are all here with me today. Babe, what time is it? Awesome. We are doing good. Okay, so let's do some sanding. I just want to smooth it out. Hey, Miss Connie. Y'all never got stockings? Hey, Miss Sandy. Yeah, you know you want peppermint, and then you open up that stocking and there's fruit, and you're like, are you for real? You gave me fruit. What's wrong with y'all? Give me fruit. Crud. Ain't nobody want fruit. Let me tell you what Clay Thomas done to me yesterday morning. As a matter of fact, we get up yesterday and I say, Clay, do you want a banana? No. I said, do you want a piece of toast? No. He says, apple. I said, okay. So I get up and y'all, I buy green apples because that's what I like. I like green apples. So I get up and I wash his apple and I peel it and I slice him a little piece of it off and give it to him, and he puts it in his mouth and he just looks at me and spits it back out in my hand. And then, let me say, and then he decides that he wants the apple. So I give him the apple. And y'all, I am here to tell you, he threw that apple at me. It is not what he wanted. So he threw that baby at me, and I'm going, are you for real? This kid is something else. I am so for real. He did. Okay, so I got this wax. It is Men Wax. It's a soft touch finishing wax. I got it in Happy Mail. She give pecans for Halloween. Well, we want to egg her house. I love peanuts, so let me just say that. I love the ones that you roast yourself, and well, let me tell you, we always called them goobers. So that's what we called them. So yeah, we had goobers. But that was my favorite My favorite peanut is the ones that I can roast myself. And look, y'all, I am not going to be perfect about this. I am just doing it. And your dirt has to have something to adhere to. Christmas candy and nuts. Well, we would get peppermint. Peppermint. We would get some peppermint. But like Mama's great grandfather, he loved peppermint sticks. And so kind of like that. And so we always got him peppermint sticks for Christmas because that's what he wanted and that's what he liked. So that's what Mama would do. He's the great grandfather that would run from the T-Man. He was a bootlegger. I said, oh heavens. I didn't know all that until my papaw, it was his daddy, but I didn't know all that until my papaw was in the hospital and we had to take turns sitting with him because he had Alzheimer's and dementia, and we still don't know if that's exactly what it was. We still think maybe it might have been too much medication, because you can take too much diabetic medication and then it kind of jack you up a little bit. But anyway, it was funny though. He started telling us about times when Paul Hudson would run from the T-Man, and Papaw, he would wake up drunk as Cooter Brown on the on the railroad track with train coming, and I'm going, oh my word, what was wrong with my family? Why would they do this? Craziness, man, crazy. But Papaw, he was telling me all kind of stuff when he was in the hospital. And of course he remembers because it was happening when he was young. He was a youngin'. He also said that he had problems remembering one of the months. He would skip it. And my papaw's name was Leroy. And so my Paul Hudson, he'd walk Papaw down to wherever he had to go to school, or I don't know if they had buses back then or what. But he'd make him say the months of the year, and when it got to that particular month, Papaw would forget it. And Paul Hudson, he'd pop him in the back of the head, and I want to say it was October. October, Leroy, October. I said, oh my gosh, my Paul Hudson was mean to my Pawpaw. Not really. He did do that though, but I don't think he was mean to him. Well, that might have been abuse. Who knows? Oh heavens! But it was popping him in the back of the head. October, and it might have been November. I don't know. I always heard all kind of stories. I just did that, y'all. My brother one time, Papaw had to. We always brought in our wood. You know, he'd go cut it, and then we'd have to bring it home and split it and stack it up and all of that kind of stuff. Well, Papaw had a Dodge Power Wagon back in the day because we had to have it to get out to the school bus because, well, we lived at the end of this red clay dirt road, and you had to have a four-wheel drive to get out. And so he had it loaded up with firewood, and he was wanting us kids to unload it while he stacked it up. And Frank's over there and he's just looking around. He's just staring off into La La Land. He was probably thinking about fishing or hunting. And Papa said, Frankie, you need to do that wood. He said, I can't, Papa. Papa said, why? My eyes is fogged up. For those of you that have not heard this story, my papa, he said, your eyes is fogged. He tore him up, y'all. Tore him up like a sow's bed. He didn't tell Papa his eyes was fogged up anymore, but it was quite funny. He was crazy about stuff like that. And they own this little restaurant. And Mama made Mom and M's uniforms. And so she made the dresses, you know, respectable, and they came down below their knees. And my papa said, them dresses ain't short enough. It was September. He told my mama them dresses wasn't short enough. How they gonna make any money? You better get to shaking it. So he made my mama shorten their dresses. September, Leroy, September. But when you get Alzheimer's and stuff like that, when you're older, you don't remember things that short term because your short term is gone. And so you remember all the long term stuff. And so he was remembering all those times when he was young and in the military, and he was something else, y'all. He was a hoot. And we thought it was just fine. That was just the way things was. We thought that Papa we thought he sat and rose. The moon and the sun sat and rose in him. Papa Hudson. We love Papa King too. But Papa Hudson was the one that would come get us and torture Mama with us kids. Come get all of us. She'd get aggravated at him. He'd scramble eggs for this little old dog he had. He said, waste my good eggs. They always had yard eggs. Papa said, it makes his coat look good. Oh, it was always so funny. I hated it when they got a divorce and we didn't have them together anymore. All right, guys. So now what I'm going to do is get a swallow of coffee. And we're going to paint our handle. And I do want to use both of them, so I want to glue them together. And let's see, is it up there? It is. I put my wood glue in a certain spot so I would remember where it was. Penny should be proud of me. I remembered. But I like it dirtied up like that. So I'm going to take a little brush, and I will put a little hot glue just to get that instant tack. But we want it to stay, so. Hi, Geraldine and Cindy. Hi, y'all. Hello, hello. And Mama used to have one of those old-timey cook stoves that you put the wood in. So when it come time, this was before she got her new house. um, the hurricane, I think it might have been Rita, I think. The hurricane messed hers up, so she had to get a new one. And we're going to do the ink, y'all. So it was in the old house when we would cook on that old cook stove. But I loved it, you know. That's the way it was. And she'd be cooking on it. Mm. Sometimes I think those times were simpler, but they were harder on families. Technology, you know, we didn't have all that. And my grandparents had to finish raising my mama's brothers. She had some little brothers and sisters that her and Papa had to finish raising because my grandmother's parents, they passed away when they were about my age. One passed away and then the other one passed away. I think Mama said maybe a year in between. It may not have even been a year. And I want to say there was 4 of my mama's siblings that her and my Papa finished raising. So they were always with a lot of kids. That's why I didn't understand why Papa was coming to get all of us to torture Mama. That's the only thing I could think of. It was harder, yeah. You know it was harder back then. There was, just harder times. So they only had 4 children of their own, but they raised 8. And then my other grandparents, they had 8 children of their own. They had 5 boys and 3 girls. So I have like 30 something cousins on one side of the family that's first cousins, and then on the other side of the family I have like 20 something. One of my uncles has 5 daughters. Well, actually, isn't that crazy? No, he has 4 daughters and a son. I was like, isn't that crazy? Because I have an uncle on my mom's side that only has daughters. He don't have any sons at all. All right, so let's put our handle about right there, right in the middle. And we're just going to let it stay there and dry. Now, what I want to do is, because of course this is fall, and I will have to put a screen behind it, but I want to put a few fall flowers in behind it as well. We're just going to kind of decorate right through here. Let's see. Let's do that one. We are going to have to go to where Penny and Alan get their pool chemicals, and we're going to have to go get chemicals there because we put a whole sack of shock in our pool along with our chlorine tablet with our algae. It's got algicide in it, and it's not I'm gonna hold that there. It's not working. So let that cool, because we can trim that back a little more. We were happier in those days. Hey, Miss Carolyn. Everybody was happier in those days, you know what I mean? Kids actually got outside and played. They well, if I can get this to stay, y'all, give me just a moment. Let me trim that. Happy birthday, Miss Vicky. Let me find my bell. I know it's here. Happy birthday. If we could sing, I'd make Joey come over here and sing it to you. He's probably thinking, no. We gotta let this dry, y'all. Miss Vicky, if I'm not mistaken, she has been with me since the very beginning of our show. I've got a lot of ladies that we should be coming up on what they call our friendversaries. We should be coming up on those really, really soon. Really, really soon. Hey, Miss Joe Helen, I'm good. How are you? All right, we are going to move my leg. I did learn my lesson on that part. We are not. And so, how I'm going to do this, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it. Because again, this is a wall hanger. Well, that's what I'm making it, a wall hanger. And I just want to slide it right up underneath and just hold it there for a moment. No, it did not. Or I say it didn't. Oh, they had to give it a special treatment? Oh, no. No. If it did, we weren't here if it got done that way. I figure if it would have struck our pool, lightning would have, that it would probably, well, heavens to Betsy, Leisha. It would, it probably would have melted our pool. But I'm hoping that I am going to take that off to do this one. I'm hoping that once we go to where Penny and Alan go to get their pool stuff, that we can get it straightened out. Because I'm hoping, and I need to tell you something else too. We've had so much stinking rain. We can't even hardly get into it because of all the rain. It has just been terrible. And actually, we're just so sick of the rain. And I think that's why we can't get it to straighten out. So I think Saturday, Aerith and I and Papa Man there, we're going to go to Lumberton and take a sample of our water and see what we need. And I got to order a skimmer this week. Really? Isn't that wild? Now let's hold that there for a moment. And I think baking soda, you know, I just got some baking soda too in Happy Meal. I'm looking to see if I like this in that. I don't know if I like it or not. No, I don't. But I do like this. I do like this though. And has anybody else noticed that the Dollar Tree is going up on their prices? So something that was $5 will now cost you $6. Or if it was $1.25, I think they're going up on that part too as well. Oh. Let's see. And I did buy some new flowers for this week as well. And I think I like this to go on this other side, just to kind of have it go up a little bit, just to give it that little bit of something extra. That works. And we're calling it quits after this. I'm not putting nothing else on it. No bow, no nothing. I don't think it needs a bow. Once I get the hanger put on it, I think it'll be stinking cute. So that's what I have for y'all. I hope y'all like it, and I hope that y'all enjoyed watching us do it this evening. And I hope that you will go click on that link and buy you one. So I hope everybody will have a great evening. Don't forget, 3 o'clock tomorrow on Craft Around the Clock, I will be live and we'll be doing something cute. I know that we will. So I will see y'all soon. We love y'all. Be sweet. Tell somebody you love them. Hug somebody. Smile at somebody. You just don't never know how that could change somebody's life or change their day. I love y'all. Y'all be sweet, guys. Bye. Thank y'all so much. Thank you.